Welcome back to Dirt to Daytona, folks. Today, we have got the Coca-Cola 600. Well, for us, it's the Coca-Cola 300. You know that. You've seen us run it 2 other times. Last year, we had a power steering failure late. And through sheer will and determination and Tony Stewart wrecking, we won that race. I'd like to do it without having a mechanical failure. We're coming off of a 3rd place finish under fuel strategy. Unlikely, a pretty bad race overall for us, so a great finish for such a bad race at Richmond. And we head on over to Charlotte to do the Coca-Cola 600. So let's get out there, get acclimated again, as we like to do. We'll see you right before qualifying. Yeah, that's actually pretty impressive, but it's not our top competition yet. I believe Jeff Gordon usually owns this track, so we got to get in the 29s for sure. We were in the 29.9s, 29.8s pretty consistently, so I put a lot of effort into making the car stable. I went to the advanced. It was pretty breaking loose through every corner, so we backed some stuff up just a little bit. We also changed the gear ratio, get some more speed out of it, and I feel pretty good about the car, so let's get out there and try to qualify in the pole. Long race, though, so if we don't have to worry about it. All right, here we go through the quad oval for our qualifying lap. Try to hang on to it for as long as possible and then live on the... Oh, that's nice. That actually was very nice. A little slow, but it was all right. I did practice also kind of maintaining the tires. Obviously not what we're trying to do here as we push it as hard as we can and smoke the tires, but during the race, 28 laps between pit stops, you want to maintain the tires. 29.785, great lap. There's your car. A lot like the original paint scheme, but red, white, and blue. So, and a different hood logo. And that, folks, is going to secure it. Jeff Gordon, normally your dominant car on the track. 6th place qualifying there, so excellent job. Only one other car got into the 29s, and we were consistently in the 29s, so I feel very good about that. We just need to keep our nose clean, put down consistent laps, and try to come out with a victory. I mean, this is the big race. I enjoy this race a lot, and I really would enjoy coming out of it with a clean car and no mechanical failures. So, knock on wood there. Let's get out to the track and put out 300 miles of racing action for you.
Hello and welcome to Lowe's Motor Speedway at Charlotte. Even though it was built more than 4 decades ago, drivers still love to race at this 1.5-mile quad oval. If Daytona is the pinnacle of NASCAR racing, then Lowe's has to be just a bumper behind. Fans flock to the largest sports facility in the Southeast, home track to many of NASCAR's teams.
I'd agree with that. It's you think Daytona, and I definitely would put the Coca-Cola 5 or 600 in that top 2 actually. Anyway, let's get a good start.
The race is going green.
Put these
There's the green flag.
cars behind in our rear view mirrors as fast as possible, preferably.
All clear.
Lap or turn 1 and 2, obviously we were able to get through it without ever even thinking about hitting the brake, but they seem to get a really good run off. It's all right. It's all right. We're running our race. That's what we're doing here. And I had to say that because I already drove it in too far there in fear. I'm going to overdrive the car a little bit first few laps. Do whatever I can to avoid getting past, put a little bit of distance between us and the cars behind us. As you can tell, Mark Martin got a pretty solid car there. Sterling Marlin, 2nd place qualifying sitter, dropped back a little bit, but that might have been from us blocking him, so there's that chance. And as you're well aware, cars aren't slow on this track, so expect us not to be lapping people until we get through that first 28. I believe it's a 6, maybe even more pit stop race. So, got a long race ahead of us. Yeah, I think it is 6 pit stops. Long race ahead of us. A lot can happen. Best thing that we can do here is do what we're doing right now, which is put down these consistent laps, put a gap between us in 2nd place, and try to play the proper strategies as well to keep this car out front. You know how we are with that quad oval, especially in traffic when restarts happen. If we're behind a bunch of cars, it's usually disastrous for us. So being out front obviously matters a lot. I have run only with a controller. I haven't done it with a steering wheel yet, and I will have to because there's a lot to be desired running NASCAR Heat 5 with a controller. But again, testing out paint schemes as I talked about in the last video.
That was a great lap.
I ran through the quad ovals, and it's not nearly as dicey as it is in this game. And I also noticed, because I also ran Darlington, which is obviously a 2-wide track, much more narrow, that apron isn't nearly as terrifying as well. I mean, it can be, but it's not as terrifying as it is in this game. The aprons in these games, I mean, you touch them and you're gone 9 times out of 10. And in that game, because the gamepad isn't that great, I would get on the apron a bit and find that I was just fine. So that should be interesting. Different racing there. I've heard people say that this game is, you know, maybe some of the people who don't like this game for one reason or another, part of it being because the racing or the driving mechanics aren't good. I've really, honestly, for NASCAR games, this is the first one that I've gone through like this,
That was a great lap.
where I've put down, 11 seasons worth of driving. So going into another game makes this so much more fun, or makes that so much more fun, because it's easier to drive. I mean, it was easier to drive in NASCAR Heat 5 when I did it with the truck series. I'm out there and I'm like, wow. Again, I think I talked about this in the Richmond episode, though. Tire management's a big deal, depending on the track. Definitely need to have smooth corners, not jolting moves. They really affect the tire wear. I watched it a lot while I was going around the track, and I noticed that there was a lot of you could see the tire wear when you had to make sharp moves or kind of adjustment moves instead of just smooth going into your corners. So that was interesting. But for the most part, I enjoy that game so far, and I think that once we get all the custom subscriber drivers in that game, I think that's going to be a really immersive series and a lot of fun to play. Got 20 laps left in the tank. We're smoking the tires pretty good, but I don't think it's going to matter, to be honest with you. We've got everybody about 2 seconds down, so not a lot of action going on there. Let's go ahead and do a speed up here as we're early in the race, and as you're well aware, we have a lot of content to go, so we'll save the regular speed for the exciting parts of the race. We'll be back on the mic with you, caution, or when we are pitting for the first time.
Yellow's out.
Caution comes out. We have 16 left in the tank. Not sure what the caution's for, but we're just going to bring this car around and stay out. There's absolutely no reason to pit.
Turn 4.
I'm going to slow up coming around this corner, though. Not sure what the wreck is for, or where the wreck was. I didn't want to be involved in it. Looks like we got a car going on to pit road. Is that Kenny Schrader? Looks like it is. Race car comes out. We are leading, and we will be back with you after this caution.
Get set. The race is going green.
No lap cars, so we are single file restarting. It's pretty nice. I mean, they obviously move all around pretty quickly, but I think they're going to get a little bit of a run here. Maybe not. Hoping that I can do what I wanted to do. Well, kind of what I was already doing. Pretty quickly here. Which is drive away. But now I'm not pushing it because we're not on fresh tires anymore. So I'm kind of driving a little slower. But we were driving away when I was driving to preserve my tires as well. So figure we'll just keep doing that. Gotta let the car fade where it fades so we don't oversteer and lose it on this flat part of the racetrack. And we still have 10 left in the tank, so I'm going to speed things back up until we pit because obviously we're still in the lead and nothing going on here. Nobody pit, to my knowledge. I mean, Kenny Schrader did because he was damaged. So he pit and he'll be, never mind. He's still in the pit, so it doesn't look like he'll be coming back out. So when we pit, everyone else should pit around that same time. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I can't remember, this might be one of those tracks where, because I used to drive it so hard, I don't know if it'll be the same this time, but because of the way I used to drive, they can go a couple more laps than me, but I don't know if that's going to be the case now. Because I do back the corners up more, and so we might be all right. Sterling Marlin, though, he got a head of steam going, so we're going to kind of chill out and see what he's doing before we back it up anymore. If we can get it. I feel a lot more comfortable doing that with about 2-second lead instead of just barely 1-second lead, but letting it go down much slower than I normally do, but also trying to maintain the gap between me and second place. Oh, I said I was going to speed things up and I never did. Well, that's fine. We'll speed them up now. We'll be back when we're pitting. All right, we're going to pit this time around. Really hope we don't get run over when we do it. Should be okay. This should be okay. It's not okay. Stay down, stay down, stay down.
Slow down.
Okay, gotcha. Well, we saved some, but apparently not enough. I gotta pay attention to this part so I don't do something stupid. All right. We are obviously almost in last place. Ours should be pitting soon. And then we won't be in last place.
The car head is pitting.
Goes one. Juan. Just kidding. There goes a whole line of them. So they were just a lap in front of us for that. We should be all right when we bring it around. A number of these cars we were... Oh, they must have pit literally right behind us. Coming back on the track right now. They must have pit just one lap behind us. So the guys in front of us are... They haven't pit yet. I don't know how they did that. Unless they pit under that caution, which I guess is possible. That really sucks.
The car head is pitting.
Never mind.
Two cars headed
Love
into
to
the
see
pit.
it. Love to see it. So we'll bring it around and Here we go. A lot of positions for cars that are on pit road and coming off right now. Should have a pretty good lead over Rudd and Marlin, which is a big deal because they were in second and third place. So when this all shakes out, we should be in the lead and have a really big lead over them, which is awesome. Comes another round of cars that we pass. We have just some cars that were basically a lap down that haven't pit yet. Some of these cars we're putting a lap down right now. Like Wood was we just put him a lap down. This is Henson up here. We'll put him a lap down. That's the big difference. That's when you start to do it on this our third and final season, where everyone is so much faster in general. We
Still there.
Come on. Hold on. Minor, barely any contact. Anyway, the only time you actually start to really lap them is coming off of these cautions. Daly, Borland, and them, they must have stayed out from the... damn it, that put a mark on my car. Anyway, they must have stayed out for the... Or gone... they must have pit under caution. That's why they're still out. So, that's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Still there. All clear.
Have to see how that works out for them in the end. We've got... We're pulling up, we're driving up towards them, so by the time they pit, they're probably going to be 2 laps down. But then we'll pit just probably 10 laps after them, so you never know where it's all going to end up. We have a nice lead over what will be second and third place in Rudd and Martin. And at least you're not driving, like we were on that first run, driving alone out there. Now we got some cars to drive around, which is, it makes it a little more interesting, a little more fun for us. Get out here and show off our dominant car and our race expertise as we drive up on these slower cars. Some aren't even slower cars, and just drive around them. Looks like Mike Skinner, Laguerre, is that Mike Wallace as well. Come up on them pretty quick. I itched my cheek on the mic and I ended up almost driving onto the infield. Oops. Not the infield, well, whatever. What do you call that? I'd say the infield, but then you think infield care center is like in the middle of the racetrack behind that fence. So just the grass right there by the front stretch. Yeah. Anyway, we have definitely driven up on Borland and Zavell. Yeah. We're going to catch them probably before they even pit. So that'll be good for us. We're maintaining the lead over Martin and Rudd. We're not pushing it real hard, although our tires they're not as hot as they were. We're coming off because we have this lead. We're coming off where we were when I was trying to save at the last run. So, and we're still putting a gap between us and Rudd and Martin. And if they get into traffic, that could only hurt them worse. So we'll see how that all goes.
Still there.
That was
Still
good.
there.
Mike Wallace a lot faster than Todd Laguerre, so, and especially being on the inside there.
Stay high. Still there.
I don't like to talk when I go through the quad oval because I tend to make more aggressive moves on the analog stick, and when I'm around cars, that's no bueno. Otherwise, I don't mind talking during it. I feel like we've done a pretty good job around traffic so far. We normally do. It's just on the restarts when everybody is... It's just the slightest hit, you lose it. I don't mind restarts in NASCAR Heat 5. Oh, there's a wreck. Great. Hopefully it's not going to bring out a caution. I guess it doesn't really matter. We are on the lead lap, I think.
Still there.
Are we? Yes.
Clear low.
23 seconds behind, though. The leader that hasn't pit yet, and they're probably going to pit in the next 3 or so laps. Oh, maybe they're pitting now. Someone's pitting now. 2 cars are pitting now. Not sure who those were. Didn't get a good look at it. Wonder if they were leaders. Well, we got Borland right here. And Harvick and Sadler, Hermie Sadler, trying to get around him. I feel like he's trying to pit. As he was bouncing, well, maybe not. The way he was bouncing off of Hermie Sadler there, though, it looked like he was trying to get onto his line to pit. He's got damage on his right side. I can see that right there.
You're all clear.
Oh, here we go. Inside of Harvick.
All clear.
Catch the draft for Sadler. Get inside of him. Come off the gas early so that we don't ride up.
Still
Push
there.
it through the
All
corner.
clear.
Like a pro. All right, so Zavel and McCabe. They're going to pit. I mean, they've got to be pitting pretty soon here. Looked like we saved maybe 1 or 2 laps last time. I'm not positive, but I feel like we saved 1 or 2 extra laps at the end there. We could start doing that now. We have a sizable lead over Mark Barton. We also have 15 left in the tank, so we're going to do our second speed up of the race. Well, technically our third, but our second run speed up. And we'll be back on the mic when we are pitting next time. Hopefully we'll be in the lead again. We can get halfway down this backstretch. We're going to stay out another lap even if it turns to 1 to go.
Clear low.
We saved enough. We'll be able to bring it around one more time. That's awesome. The way it looked was that we were going to be maybe going through 1 and 2 when we switch it to 1 lap left in the tank, but instead we got it all the way around, so we'll be pitting this time around.
Still there.
Actually, I don't really want to be racing Robbie Gordon right now.
Still there.
What? Oof. All right, there we go. Went well. Again, we pit a little earlier than everyone else, though, and I don't love that. But last time we came out in 38th place. So it kind of goes to show just how much more improved that last run was for us. Although we are a lap down, there was Mark Martin right there, but right, we're a lap down now. Yeah. It's fine. We're bringing around here. I was gonna say, we're gonna head around here, and we should be alright when he pits. Perfect. And at the very least, we're on the lead lap now, so if something terrible were to happen, we don't have to try to get our lap back. Ricky Rudd behind us. He's the next one that would have been putting us a lap down, but obviously, as you can see, he didn't lap us. Oh, I guess Sterling Marlin might have been in front now that I think about it. That's kind of crappy to think, but we're all right. See if I can do a little something. Yeah, look at Mark Martin. We were 5 seconds in front of him when we went on to pit road, and now much more than 5 seconds in front of him. So that's awesome. Our pit crew doing an excellent job today. Cars run well, as excellent as well. So I really hope that. I'm just praying for no mechanical failure this time. That's the biggest thing for me. I just can't. That is so obnoxious, especially on a race like this, which, if it was going to happen in any race, this would be one of the races that you would expect it to happen, being that it's a long race, longer than the other ones that we run, but still. You put, we're almost an hour into recording right now. The last thing I want is to restart a recording, so we just kind of get through it. Although at Richmond at the end there, we blew a clutch, so maybe the Dirt to Daytona gods won't screw us over for this race. There it is, Ryan Newman and Terry Labonte. Terry Labonte should be the one that actually stays out the longest, and as you can see, we're catching him. We've got a 12-second lead on Mark Martin. This is all natural. I spoke too soon. Well, I would expect those two to pit, and so we'll be in front of them. We'll be the leader coming out again, but it's just annoying. I'd hope that we could have put them a lap down. Good for them, I suppose. We'll see you after the caution. Terry Labonte chose not to pit, and he's got to pit in like 3 laps. There it is. Jump on his outside, take the lead. Maybe not the best strategy there, but he's getting just run over by everyone that's behind him, too. You can see it. Well, that's interesting. And we've got Bobby Labonte right behind us now. He's got fresh stuff, so he's going to be... We're obviously halfway through our run, so he's going to be a little more challenging, but we should be able to drive away after a little bit here. Oh, that was bad. We got loose. I'm not even worried about Bobby. I don't need to race him. He can jump in front if he wants. He's a lap down. Yeah, we're loose because I think we ran it pretty hard, didn't we? Oh, 17 laps. We barely have it. Never mind. We have barely any wear on our tires. I just need to stop paying attention to Labonte and drive my race. That's what I need to do here. There we go. That's stuck in there real well. I was pleased that only Newman pit. Because with Terry Labonte going in the pits, that's just another car that's going to be down a lap. But we like that with the longevity of the race. As you can see, Newman sitting there in 5th place. We had a lot of cars we had already lapped the old school way, obviously. So... But they'll all be back on the lead lap when we pit, because we didn't pit during that caution. And as I said at the beginning of the race, I want to stay out front. I want to not have to navigate through a bunch of cars with the quad oval here. Just this issue right through this area it's not worth me being off schedule with my pit stops anyway. We'll pit like a normal person. What sucks is we had like a 13-second lead on Mark Martin, and that all gets wiped out from this, but oh well, we know the pit crew's got it down pat, so we'll just, when we bring it down for our pit stop, we'll be in a good spot to put another gap between us and Martin. Not to mention, we're just going to keep driving the way we're driving and gap him that way as well. But, as you are well aware, we are more than halfway through our third run, so let's go ahead and speed this bad boy up. We'll be back with you when we are pitting. We're going to push it past this lap.
Stay low. Still there. Clear high. All clear. Still there.
I think we'll make it.
Clear low.
I'm not positive, but I think we will. I'm going to do something weird here. No, not that weird. Not that. Okay, we're fine. I wanted to pull off because I knew that those cars were going to do what they were going to do, so I wanted to pull off really early. All right. Well, I pulled off way too early.
Slow down.
It's fine. Better that than wrecked from behind, which is what would have happened. All right, we're down a lap again, as per usual. We just have to come out, not be the cause of a caution, so that at least we can't be the reason for screwing ourselves over. Get up on the track, let Kenseth go past us, get up behind him. Should be able to hold this corner pretty good. Fresh stuff and all that. Got some cars pitting already. Was that Mark Martin? Might have been. Might have been pitting the lap after we pit, which is good for us. But, oh, I messed that up. I was going to say I should have been able to hold that, but then I just let off the analog stick a little bit.
All clear.
Had to let off the gas to correct what I did, like a moron. Otherwise, we would have passed him pretty easily on the outside, like that. There we go. Yeah, we got leaders pitting now.
Stay high. Still there. Clear
And
low.
yeah, so we'll get a nice, decent gap on Mark Martin, but not nearly what we would want because of my entrance to pit road. Still, though, 5-6 seconds maybe.
Clear low.
We'll see where we end up with that, but that's not bad. Not too shabby.
Still there. All clear.
Just about halfway through the race. Sitting here in 8th place. Back on the lead lap. Expecting the leaders to pit. Well, actually, I think the leader right now would be Terry Labonte again, wouldn't he? That kind of sucks. Maybe not. It might be... Well, it's not Newman, because I just passed Newman. Unless that was Newman and we passed him to get back on the lead lap. I guess that's possible, considering... Yeah, it's 29 seconds per lap for us, so yeah, that makes sense. Newman's got to be the leader right now.
Still there. Clear low.
Yep. That makes a lot of sense because he's behind us. All right. Well, we'll just keep running.
Car is headed
Oh, that's
into the
nice.
pit.
We'll be in 2nd place in no time. Maybe right now, actually. Yep. And like I said, Ryan Newman leading it. Okay. So he'll pit, I don't know, in 10 laps or so. It doesn't really matter where he ends up because we're fine where we are. If a caution comes out, we're right up behind him, and he pits, and then he's behind us, like it happened last time. If caution doesn't come out, you know, we just drive up on him like we're doing, cutting off time on his lead, and so when he pits, we're that much farther ahead of him.
Okay, that's the halfway mark.
There we go. Oh, when I bumped into that car during the speed up, I had like a freak really bad itch on my leg, and I had to pause the game at the worst possible time. And so when I unpaused it, I was in the middle of a turn, and I wasn't full throttle. So when I unpaused it, I was full throttle, full cranking to the left, and that doesn't work. So poor planning on my part, but that was why we had that rear end damage. It's been repaired, though, so we're okay. We've had nothing more than minor contact so far with cars on the track, I say. As I get up here and almost have contact right there, but that's all right.
Still there. All clear.
Chris Enoch not having... He's been a... Well, like I said before, aside from us, he's the best triple-digit car that I've seen out this season. And doesn't look like he's having one of those races. This is Whiteman or Whitehead or whatever. That guy's pretty good, too.
Still
On the
there.
112.
Clear low.
Spychala and Mike Mack.
Still there. Clear high. Car high. Clear
Ooh.
high.
Oh, I'm like, ooh, there's some tire marks on the apron there. And then I remembered those tire marks are from me, and I won't be doing that again. Because that was real dangerous. Real dangerous. 7.5 second lead, more than 7.5 second lead. We can work on our fuel. We still got to stop 3 times. So, nothing special going on there. It's crazy to think about this race. I'd say after yesterday's Richmond race. Oh, are you kidding me? Well, we're gonna... Random engine running rough. I guess that's better than our clutch blowing out. We're gonna lose all the time we have on these guys, because I'm not pitting. We've got what left? 19. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of laps left.
There's a wreck in turn 1.
Oh, please bring out the caution. Please bring out the caution. Please bring out the caution. Could not be so lucky. All right. Well, he's not gaining on me that fast, so I guess we'll just keep out here. We're about 5 or so miles an hour slower. I'm driving it way deeper into the corner now, so... Oh, I bet the wreck was Terry Labonte getting ready to pit. He probably slowed up and got hit. Well, what the hell? Mark Martin's falling back even though we have damage to our engine. All right. Well, that works for us. We'll stay out. Hopefully the damage doesn't get worse. Mark Martin is dropping back quite a bit. He must be stuck behind some lappers or something. Unbelievable to have engine trouble. Whatever. I guess if I was going to have a mechanical issue, that or the radiator thing are the two that I'd be most acceptable of versus my power steering going out. I'd be really okay if they said I had a brake failure, because I don't give a crap about that. But we are still driving away from Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon. As I say that, they come up on me an extra tenth, but we're going to have Fitzing at the line. We'll speed this up because this is going to just be annoying to listen to otherwise with those engine sounds. Put some cool music into the speed up, and we'll be back with you on the mic when we are pitting. Oh, thank you. Happiness. Caution comes out. We had, 10 left in the tank, whatever. It doesn't really matter. We had to pit anyway with this engine damage. We had no choice. To be honest, though, I wasn't really concerned. We'd only given up 2 seconds. So it was actually not too bad. But anyway, we're going to pit.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green
All right,
flag.
hold on a second.
Carlo. Still there. Carlo. Stay high. Still there. Clear low. You're all clear.
Trying to still run the way that I was running
Turn one.
instead of pushing it real hard. All the leaders in front of me have to pit yet.
All
So
clear.
I'm not really worried about them. And if I can be smart about this, we don't have to bring out a caution. Which we haven't brought out yet today. Which is super important to me. Oh yeah, there was quite a slide out in turn 1. Get on the inside of Gordon here. Catch the draft with Rudd. I'm going to pop back out to the outside. I know it seems weird to do that, but I don't want to be on the inside when I go through the quads.
Still there.
Oh, Marlon, stay in. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Carlo.
We're going to run this wide. A little too wide. We're all right, though. We picked it up. We have taken the lead back, and
Turn four.
oh,
Yellow's out.
well, the good news is we've taken the lead back.
You're all clear.
Part of me wants to pit, though, because we were 2 laps short. But I think I could save that. I can easily save 2 laps. Never mind. We're staying out.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag. Car low. Clear low.
I don't actually think that the cars behind me pit. We didn't pit, obviously. But I don't think that Sterling, Marlin, Gordon... Mark Martin may have. He's back there farther than he was before. What do we have left in the tank? 19. Okay, so we have a lot left to drive. I feel like they still have 10 before they pit even. Marlin kind of on the outside. That's going to benefit us a lot, being able to get that inside right down on the white line or near it enough. Oh yeah, we've already got a nice second lead over second place, so that's nice. There he is, the man, the legend. He's not a myth, he's real. Jeff Gordon. He owns this track in this game. He's always running up there for the lead. What's weird is I haven't seen Tony Stewart around. That's unusual. Normally I do. But oh well, no big deal there. We are driving away from them in a hurry, and I love to see it. 17 left in the tank. You know what I'm going to do. We're getting close to the end here, folks. We've got 2 pit stops left. So let's speed this one up until that second to last, otherwise known as penultimate pit stop. And that's when we'll be back on the mic with you guys. Bringing it around one more time here, and we'll be pitting. I swear I heard a tire blow on someone, but Might have been the 161 that we had a little contact with through the quads here. Because I just saw him get on pit road. So here we go. We'll be getting on pit road. Actually, I don't even want to be in front of McCabe. This could be bad, but here we go.
You're all clear.
Don't touch that apron. Don't touch that. Oh, McCabe, you're gonna. Nope. Get it together. Get it together. It's just. By the way, I've done it in NASCAR Heat 5. It's just this game. We're trying to get on a pit road. NASCAR Heat 5 is easy. Here we go. We have one more pit stop in the race. And that was Mark Martin going past us, putting us a lap down. That is okay. Because we're about to get up onto... I knew he was coming up on me fast, so I had to get to the outside. Can I catch them before they even pit? Maybe. I don't know. I think Mark has like 10 more laps to go before he has to pit, because he pit under caution like I thought. So really what matters most is that no cautions come out between now and then, I guess. Be the biggest, most important thing. Or we catch him before a caution comes out. They're a distance up there, though, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do that. We're going to make a interesting move here.
All clear.
I would like to get to him, so what I'm trying to do. Newman must be behind me. Yeah, Newman's behind me. I was like, that doesn't make sense. We run 29s and 30s. He's 28 seconds in front of us. He's behind us.
Still there.
All right. That's okay. Newman pits sooner than Martin will. And a lot of other cars are about to start pitting, which is scary for me because those are the cars that could bring out the caution. I can see Martin. He's going into turn 1 right now, so I should push it pretty hard, really, and try to catch him. Because I just don't feel comfortable or confident with him being up there and believing the caution's not going to come out. Drive it in the corner pretty hard, get on the gas. Oh, that wasn't early. I was going to say get on the gas pretty early, but I didn't do it there. See if I can use Spychala's draft here. Well, of course, now I'm going to have to pass him on the outside, though, so that doesn't really help.
All clear.
It's all right. We did it pretty flawlessly there. Yeah, see, now Martin's going into the turn. We've definitely caught him quite a bit from just 2 laps ago, so we might be able to get him before he even pits. Hopefully. Well, or hopefully a caution doesn't come out. I guess that would be the other thing that matters to me. Try to catch Mike Wallace's draft here. And he's up on his outside, going through the quad. Stay wide.
Still there.
There we go.
You're all clear.
Now we're exiting the quad basically before when Martin's getting... Yeah, we've absolutely caught up to him. He's probably, what, 2 seconds ahead of us right now? Yeah, because we're just outside of the range of draft for Ward Burton there. And we need to get there.
The yellow's out.
No.
Pace car's out.
That's the absolute worst thing that could have happened. Frickin'. Well, we stay out. Mark Martin will pit. Unless he doesn't, that would be the okay thing. If he doesn't pit, I'd be happy. Otherwise, we stay out. We'll see you after the caution.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag. Car low.
We need a
All
caution.
clear.
That's the truth. We need a caution. We are in 3rd place right now, but without a caution before we pit. We will not be on the lead lap. And here's the best part. We need a caution, but we won't pit under that caution. And then... Well, that actually, it's all dependent on how far up we're able to drive right now. I should be... Ooh, we have... I mean, we're not going to catch him in 18 laps. 17 laps, however many laps we have left in the tank right now. So, that's for sure. What do we have? 17 in the tank. We're definitely not going to catch him in that period of time. So, this becomes reliant on... either a caution not coming out in between now and the next... and their last pit stop, we've just gained enough on them to catch them and pass them. Or a caution needs to come out in like the next 5 laps for it to make sense for us to not pit, because we wouldn't pit with 35 to go. We'd pit with 28 to go. Or even, I'd pit with 30 to go. I'm sure we could save 2 laps, but we've already taken a second off from them, but it just doesn't matter because like Mark Martin is fast enough. We're not going to, at most, we're going to get 5 seconds on him. Especially with him being on all fresh stuff and us not being on fresh stuff, so... Ah, man, I tell you what. I wish that... It was Spy Chala that brought out the caution. I just wish that that caution didn't come out for 2 more laps. We were going to catch him in 2 laps. And, of course, he pit. Because that's the smart thing to do. And obviously... Judging by what we're doing right now, we are the fastest car on this track. So. Oh well. We're going to finish out this run. We'll be back on the mic when we get pits for the last time. Or if a caution comes out before then. We'll see what happens, but I'm not feeling real confident about a caution coming out before then.
Car high.
Shoot. We're okay. Everyone's fine.
Clear high.
Nope, he spun out. Alright. Not that it matters anyway. No cautions came out. We didn't bring out the caution. We added damage to our car when we tried to go inside of Tony Stewart.
Slow down.
And that sucks. And we're now a lap down again. Oh, we have to run the race. We run the race. Here's our final run of the race. I'm not sure what it's going to amount to. We've got a number of cars that need to pit. And a number of cars that are still behind us. So we're in 7th place. We're a lap, at least 1 lap down. 2 laps probably, because that's Ryan Newman right there. Yeah, we're 2 laps down. Yeah, I don't think we can finish better than 3rd. I just don't think we can, which sucks really bad. And it wasn't because of us. It wasn't because of our inability, that's for sure. And we didn't bring out any cautions in this race, so the only thing that we could have done differently is we could have pit when Mark Martin pit and driven our way up back through the lappers to get in front of him. And then if a caution came out, we would be on the same pit schedule, so I don't know. Actually, I don't think there was a way, come to think of it. I don't know if there was a way to get around the whole situation.
Still there.
But we can drive as hard as we can here. It's not going to matter in the end. I mean, we're driving for 3rd right now. Another 3rd place finish. It's fine. It just sucks because we ran such a fantastic race. I mean, the contact with Tony Stewart literally turns before we were going to pit anyway. That doesn't matter. That didn't change any way that the race has gone at all. We've run a really clean race. We've run very well. We had... Are you freaking kidding me?
Car high. Clear high.
Can you guys just stop? I can't, because it... 10%. I might not burn it. I might be okay. We're about to find out. I'm not pitting if we're not going to... See where we get to when we come off the gas here. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'm driving this race out. That's 2 problems we've had in this race that are completely outside of our control with the engine and the radiator now. Come on.
Stay high. Still there.
That's stupid.
Clear low.
I bet we're going to get up into the teens now. Maybe not. Barely didn't. Whatever. Elliott Sadler, Jeff Gordon, they all have to pit yet. So does Mark Martin, but unless I catch him now, which I'm not going to, and get 1 lap back, that'd be the only way we'd have a chance. But somehow that means he would have had to have screwed up royally. We're not passing Newman or Martin.
Yellow's out.
Mark Martin's the damaged car. What does that do? Oh, nice. What does that do? Newman's still in front of us that much more, though. And all those other cars that are going to pit now, we're still 2 laps down. It doesn't... I forgot that I also had to...
The race is going green.
Well, let me jump out of here real quick. I forgot I also had to get the debris off my car. I went into the pit, and it wasn't counting the clock, so I sat there for an extra couple seconds. It was not great. I sat there for like what should have been a 4-second stop. I ended up sitting there for, I don't know, 10, 12, 15? Because it wasn't counting the clock. What is what?
Still there. Car low.
We can get a couple spots, I guess, but not even 3rd place now that caution came out the way it did. I don't know if Mark Martin is out now. I didn't look. Need to... Whoa. Junior. Pushing the gear up into me.
Still there.
He's multiple laps down.
Car low. All clear. Clear low.
There's Newman up there. All we could get back from him, though, is 1 lap. So it's not even like we can get a bunch of stuff back.
Car low. Stay high. Still there. Clear low.
I'm going to do what Junior just did and kind of force my way through here. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Car low. The yellow's out. You're all clear.
That wasn't from
All
us. That
clear.
was Mike Wallace back there.
And turn right.
Doesn't matter. We're not getting a lap back or anything. Oh my goodness. Why are you so tight all of a sudden?
Car low. All clear. These cars off. Get set.
All right.
Race is going green. There's the green flag.
Again, we can get a... If we can get up through this line, we can get a couple positions, but...
Stay high. Still there. 5 laps to go. Car low.
Not a lot of time left.
All clear.
Body damage must have tightened us up too. And the only reason why we got that, of course, I lost my patience when I... It's hard not to... It's hard to be patient after that whole situation. We are the fastest car on the track. We were the best car the entire race. We have 2 things that happened to us. The engine problem, which screwed up our pit, being normal. And then, of course, cautions not coming out when we would have needed them. Oh, and the radiator thing, because we had to pit then. Which put us at the back here with all these cars. I don't even think I'm going to catch Sadler or Blaney
Still there.
because we're so tight. So we're going to go ahead and just speed it up to the end of the race. And, of course, if I do catch them and pass them, you'll see it. But I'm just at 3 times the speed instead of regular speed.
Still there.
We will talk about it at the end of the race.
Stay high. Still there. Top 10.
Oh, yeah, that's what happened. Because of the radiator is why we finished so low. Because we would have been fighting for 3rd if we didn't have to pit that last time. We didn't have to pit again. That's what happened. Awesome. Ryan Newman, Sterling Marlin, Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, and Dale Jarrett. Bring out your top 5. We led the most laps. We led laps. We qualified on the pole. Tony Stewart, where is he? 37th. That should help us, though. We actually may be leading now, actually, because he only scored 52 total points. Ryan Newman took the checkered flag at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Congratulations to the number 12 Altel Mobile One Ford Mustang team. With that 8th place finish, we do take over the lead in the standings. Tony Stewart, damaged late in the race, finished 37th. So we now lead in the standings overall. Unfortunately, a lot of the things that we want to accomplish are going to have to basically mean we have a fairly flawless next 20 or 21 races in the season. So that's going to be hard to come by. Well, we get to start it off by going to Dover International Speedway. That'll be a fun race. You know, I love to race out in Dover. Should be a good time. Short track, so we should have a pretty good chance of winning as long as we don't screw it up for ourselves. I'm not taking the blame for this race, that's for damn sure. Engine issues forced us to pit under caution that we didn't bring out. And then a radiator issue forced us to pit under caution again that we wouldn't have had to pit under. And you don't recover from those 2 things. I mean, neither of those were effects of us. So anyway, though, folks, that is going to do it for this episode. I do want to take a moment out to say thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And until next time, and of course, as always, you take care.